Hello, Fun Bears. It's Brad from Funbearable, the podcast you're about to watch or listen to. I just wanted to give you a quick note on the audio for this and a few other episodes. When we recorded it, number one, I had a pretty severe head cold, and number two, there was a microphone issue. 100% my fault. I'm very embarrassed about it, almost ashamed. We've tried to fix it. We've run the audio through a couple different filters and programs. Our buddy Dave down in Florida took a look at it, and we did the best we could with specifically my audio. Chuck comes through clear as day. So all of you who are like, I listened to Funbearable for Chuck's laugh, fear not, it's here. But if you're wondering why I sound weird and extra robotic during some of these episodes, it's because of the filters that we're running through to try and salvage the audio. We have a couple of these. The microphone issue was there for all of them. Again, my fault. I'm the worst. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get through these episodes. Then we will be able to release some new episodes with audio that isn't janky. So thank you so much for your patience. And now enjoy this episode of Funbearable.
So, as you recall, Brad and I guess I kind of strong-armed you, but I thought it would be nice to take some time to get away from the snow and the cold and head down to Texas.
Yes.
And to make sure that Brad came, a bunch of us got together and gave him a Christmas present, which was a plane ticket to come with me and Natalie to go visit our buddies, Lou and Laura, as well as Natalie's friend in Austin. I was like, you know what? Let's get in that sunshine, get a little heat on our bones, and get away from all this desperate cold this year.
Yes, it was very appreciated, very thoughtful gift. I don't know why I had to fly stowage class, but all the dogs that I met in their cages were very sweet to me.
Yeah.
It was interesting seeing that part of the plane.
Was it temperature regulated?
No.
And also
no oxygen. I passed out.
Yeah.
We're like the fastest flight I'd ever flown.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you expanded a little bit.
Yes.
Because of the pressure. So how did that work out in terms of the heat and the sun and the lack of snow?
Well, if I remember right, there was a big snowstorm coming to New England.
Yes. So we were like, this is perfect. We're getting away.
We're getting away from it.
Yes.
You're in Staten Island. You're not going to have to worry about shoveling. Everything's going to be super convenient for us in terms of travel. And we're going to Austin, Texas, which obviously much warmer.
Yes.
Much drier.
Of course.
No precipitation.
Of course.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, there was a massive winter storm that swept through most of America that very same weekend.
You know what? I never expected it.
Nope.
But boy, oh boy, Texas wasn't as we expected.
No.
So why don't you start the show, buddy boy?
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Funbearable. I'm Brad Rohr.
And I'm Chuck, the chilly Texan Staten. Yeah, I think I am.
Okay.
So we went to Austin to visit our buddies. A while ago, we were like, we got to go. Our buddy Lou has been on the Chuck and Brad podcast, the podcast that preceded this. The 400 episodes are available on our Patreon right now, which is $2.50 a month. So go to funbearablepod.com and sign up for our Patreon, please. Anyway, Lou and Laura have both been on the old podcast, Chuck and Brad podcast. And Lou is from Rhode Island. He's a good friend of ours, one of my best friends in the world. We've known each other since we were 15, so that's 26 years.
A long time.
So he comes back up here occasionally, and so does Laura and their daughter, Lucy. And sometimes it's for the 4th of July. They've come back a couple times, and I wanted to go visit them in Austin at some point. But obviously, you got to make the time. You got to figure all the stuff out. So sometimes it's difficult. And last year, I was flying once a month to go see Natalie in Colorado, and she was flying once a month here for us to see each other. Plus, we were going to Chicago to see her family. We had a lot of stuff.
Right.
But this year, Natalie was my girlfriend was picking out her days off from work, and she was like, "What should I do for January?" And I said, maybe we can finally go to Austin in January.
I would have said work every day.
Yes. And she was like, yeah, I wanted to see my friend. And I was like, yeah, I want to see my friends too. So we planned a trip to Austin.
Yes.
And then everyone was trying to think of what does Brad want for Christmas? It's so difficult to get him a present. And I was like, well, the best thing for Brad for Christmas is to give him a ticket to a thing that he wouldn't get for himself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We went to Warped Tour that way.
Yes.
We went to When We Were Young, and both great trips.
Yes.
They both came out. They were both really fun. So I was like, I'm sure Brad would love to see Lou and Laura and love to go somewhere warmer for a little bit. So that worked out. And then we got to Austin, and we're like, we're going to go out every day. I'm going to catch a bull. I'm going to learn how to lasso.
I didn't wear long pants. I didn't bring long pants.
Yes.
I was new boot goofing.
Yeah.
With Lieutenant Dangle shorts.
I wanted a belt buckle so big that I could be naked and my penis and nutsack would still be covered.
Wow.
So not that big of a
Long. Not wide.
Not even long.
Yeah. Okay.
I found one. It was my normal belt buckle. But we went there and it snowed. It snowed in Austin.
We got there on Friday. Got to hang out kind of Friday evening. Got some barbecue.
Yeah.
Saturday we did get to see Natalie's friend who lives a little north of
Megan,
the city.
Yep.
And very sweet human being.
Yeah.
And good time with them. And then we probably went back to where Lou and Laura live.
Yeah.
Let's say 3 p.m., 4 p.m., somewhere in there. And it rained and sleeted and slushed and everything was ice.
Everything was ice and covered in snow. And the problem in Texas is that it costs money for the state to have plows and salt trucks and all that stuff. And it snows and ices so rarely there that it doesn't make sense for them to pay for that infrastructure.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, we can't drive even when it doesn't snow that much because there's ice everywhere.
Yes.
And I was surprised.
Yes.
However, I thought it was a super fun trip that we weren't pressured, all of us, to go do stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think for hosts, there's pressure.
Yes.
To be like, oh, well, we know this place. We should go here. Maybe we can do this. Because I feel the same pressure when someone comes to New York. Luckily, when you come to New York, we usually have a lot of plans already to be productive. But like my parents just came to New York and like, I was like, oh my God, I'm trying to figure stuff out. But there's no pressure on Lou and Laura because we're kind of stuck.
Right.
And there's no pressure on us to be like, we're running around this whole time, even though we traveled here. We're sleeping in beds that are foreign to us. Right. We have to travel home. It takes a little bit out of you to go travel somewhere, obviously. And I kind of liked the idea that we just chilled out.
We just chilled out.
Like we played video games. We talked a lot.
We watched K-pop Demon Hunters.
And we'd like talk through. I would like to watch it again because we kind of talked through it and we were like looking up stuff about it. And we're like, how did this affect everything? But what do you think about that?
I thought it was great. You know, I talked in a previous episode about my experience with silence on that little Bible study retreat.
Yes.
And this was a similar version of it.
Yes.
And not that it was silent, but it was, we're not using this time to accomplish and achieve. And we're using this time to be with each other.
Yes, exactly.
In a very like comfortable, easy way.
Yes.
This was comfortable and easy for us. I don't know how Lou and Laura felt about dealing with my nonsense. Where like, how am I ever going to get old?
I know.
You're going to wait.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's another example of me not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, yeah, our flight's going to get canceled. Who cares?
I mean, I'll also say going into the trip, which, you know, Chuck gave me the printout of the ticket for Christmas. And it was clear, like, I fly down to Austin on Friday, I fly back on Monday, and Chuck said, hey, we're going to work out our flight so that they kind of leave within like half an hour to an hour of you or arrive at the same time so that it's easy for the Perillas to pick us up from the airport.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to Chuck the week before, and he's like, yeah, I've got these meetings when I get back on Monday. And I'm like, wow, that's so interesting that Chuck is planning meetings for Monday night. And he was like, I was like, well, we get back on Monday. He's like, really? You have no idea.
That's how open I am to whatever. Let the wind blow, I say. I thought we were going back Sunday night.
Yes.
Sometimes I don't pay attention so good.
Yeah, I noticed.
And it's weird, too, because I bought your ticket. So it's a little strange.
Presumably, book yours.
Yeah. Oh, I did. So, yeah, a little strange that I forgot when we were going home. What did I do? Move the meetings?
Moved the meetings to Tuesday, and I said, it feels like we're going to fly home on Tuesday because of the weather. And you're like, it'll be fine. It's Texas. They're not going to get any snow, ice, sleet, and slush.
Yeah.
And then you said, why don't they have salt? And I was like, well, it's the infrastructure. So when you said it just now, I'm like, let's just learn that word.
I probably heard of infrastructures.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, great time. We played, I will say this. How old is Lucy?
8.
So I've met Lucy a ton of times, Lou and Laura's daughter, and she's super funny and super cute, but she's mostly been kind of shy around me.
Right.
So we haven't really gotten to joke around that much. She's always been very polite, but kind of shy.
Yep.
And this time, that was gone. And all we did was joke the whole time and act like idiots.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fun running joke about
You eating pepperoni and dying.
me eating pepperoni because I have told Chuck in the past that if I eat spicy food before I go to bed, I'm more prone to get nightmares.
Yeah.
Chuck thinks it's ridiculous, even though 1 million years of medical science back me up.
What are you talking? Yeah, he's talking about Scrooge saying you're probably a crumb of cheese. That's his
Medical.
Yeah. Yeah. He wore little glasses. Yeah.
Do you mean Dr. Scrooge? And so. Chuck was like, Brad, one time he ate a pepperoni and this happened. And she, Lucy's giggling and loving it. And of course, with Chuck, oh boy, if you give a mouse a cookie, Chuck is like that with a giggle.
He eats you out of house and home.
If you give a Chuck a giggle, he is going to give you, oh my God.
I ran the joke into the ground. But you know what? She loved it.
She did love it.
She kept loving it.
And we went through this whole thing and like the plot of Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, one time Brad ate a pepperoni. He had to go live with his uncle under the stairs. And then he got this owl from the school. Yeah. And Lucy's loving it. And then at some point, Chuck said, oh, I don't want to, he's like, God, did I tell you one time Brad had a mushroom? And Lucy says, don't even start with that.
Yeah, because she was getting it. She was understanding it was just dumb stuff.
Don't even start. I don't even want to hear about it. And then a pause, 10 seconds. Okay, what happened?
Yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah, that was my favorite.
It's like, what a good kid.
Yeah, oh yeah. But it's an interesting thing, the idea of going on vacation with no responsibilities.
Yes.
It's rare.
Yes.
How often does that happen to you?
Well, it's weird. When I go home to visit my folks, it's our thing is we go out to eat, but we go out to eat at the places that I don't get to eat at out here.
Yes.
So Shoop's and Aurelio's and Boss's hot dogs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. And maybe in the summer, we go down to see my brother one day or whatever. But when I went home in December, I'm just hanging out with my folks.
That's cool.
And maybe we're upstairs talking or we're downstairs watching college basketball or whatever.
Yeah.
No big plans.
Yeah.
In terms of things to do. But if on a vacation,
yeah.
Well, you want to go see things that are new and do things that are new. When you and I went to Vegas for when we were young, we were like, we want to use this time. We're going to go to the Pump Rock Museum and we're going to do this and try these restaurants and things like that. So
I guess you know what it is. I guess with when we were young, we're going to a concert and we're together, and me and you were always together.
Yes.
So it's like, let's experience this place. But if we're going to go see Lou and Laura and we only get to see them once every 6 months to a year, that's the goal, is to spend time with them. So I guess in this context, or maybe me and Natalie and I, who don't get to spend that much time together because of her work schedule, maybe we just get to chill out together. And we should say, you mentioned folks, Laura's parents also live on the same property, and we spent a ton of time with them. Couldn't be sweeter, couldn't be nicer. Talking the whole time, any topic that we talk about with them, and everyone was super generous, and yeah, it was very good. I just wanted to bring up the snow thing.
I'll say it was a really nice moment in the park. We went to an indoor mini golf place in Austin,
Which was super fun.
and met Natalie's friends there, and seeing Natalie reunite with a friend, and like they did the jumping hug.
Yeah.
It felt like a TV moment.
Yes.
Very sweet. To see that. It made me happy for Natalie.
Yeah, no, I was happy too.
Like, Natalie spends most of her life under the control of like this ruthless dragon bear.
I like that.
And so-
Ruthless Dragon Bear. That's
So
fun.
seeing her find some real joy was a nice moment.
That's good. Yeah, that I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree very much.
Yeah.
But it was funny too. We came home to New York. We park in this parking spot, which I've talked about on other episodes.
Yep.
And it's great. It's a really nice place around Newark, with a shuttle to the airport. I really like the guys there. It's a nice place. They did not plow. Like
At all.
Did not plow.
Yeah.
They dug out a little bit for individual cars, and there are hundreds and hundreds of cars. So I go in, I'm like, hey, I'm here to pick up my car. And they're like, here you go for my keys. I'm like, okay. And they're like, and here's a shovel. And I'm like, a shovel.
Yeah.
Interesting. And they're like, yeah, like if you want to wait, guys are helping from here. They're helping people out, but it's going to be like an hour until they can help you out. And I'm like, okay. So we went, and I'm like shoveling a little bit under my tires.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do, because the snow was so deep.
Yeah.
It was like crazy. And I wasn't really dressed for it.
No.
It was snowing and cold in Austin for Austin.
Right.
Here, it was like I was dressed for like late November.
Right.
So it was insane. And Natalie's like, just push it. Just push your car through this big mound of snow and see if we can get past it. And so I did. And I got past it. And I was like, sweet. Drive 10 feet, stuck.
Ugh.
Shovel, shovel, shovel. Drive 15 feet, stuck. Shovel, shovel, shovel. Keep doing it. And I'm like, this is hell. This sucks. And the thing is, this is after we were pushed back a day on our flight.
Yeah.
And then we got in. And so we're tired from our flight. And now this is us trying to get home. So what happens is one of the guys from the parking place eventually was like, came out, and he like helped us a little bit. And he's like, come push with me. And we were pushing, and it didn't really work. We got out of a little snowbank.
Yeah.
And then he's like, can I drive? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, all right, you guys got to hang on. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? You know what I mean? And he just hits the gas, gets enough speed that he's going through the snow.
Wow.
And he's going through the cars and the parking spots, and he's going like this way, and he's almost hitting this guy and almost hitting this guy. And his idea was, if I go fast enough, I can break through all the snow. And at places where I would get stuck, I'll probably get through them.
Yep.
And he got us to the end. And I swear to God, I was like shocked that we got out of there without hitting anything.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Great.
The guy was, yeah. And I mean, it was helpful, and I would call this guy a precision driver.
Yeah.
He's excellent. But it was quite the trip home.
Yeah.
And we've had some travel snafus recently.
Yeah, I had parked in a parking deck or parking garage, and all the cars that were parked around the edge,
Yeah.
snow had blown in
Yeah.
through the open sides, and those people were going to have to shovel out, which I took into account when I parked the car. I'm like, I want to park away from the edges.
That's pretty good.
If I have to go up a level,
Yeah.
so that I don't have to deal with snow.
This is a brainiac.
Yeah.
This is a snowman brainiac.
really, really thought ahead.
Brad Rohr, snowman.
Brainiac.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, you have so many nicknames that are insulting,
I really do.
debilitating.
Yeah.
Some would say soul crushing.
Yeah, I would say that.
Snowman brainiac. That's pretty good.
It's good.
Yeah. I do the same thing. I park at the very end of my driveway when it's going to be a snowstorm, so we can dig it out. Plow goes in, as opposed to me in the front and dig out way more. I try to think of, I'm a snowman, gifted and talented class.
Good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not as good as Brainiac.
Yeah, I agree. You're at the top of the class. You're the teacher's pet.
Well, it's anxiety, so it's nice to use it for good.
Yes.
Once in a while.
Yes. Yeah, there's been some fun travel recently. It's funny because I've been trying to, I was like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to leave room in my life to work on this project that we're working on. Working on a big project that we talk about in another episode. I don't know if it's come out yet. It probably has come out. And then it's like, I feel I can't resist things, and I feel like they seem important. So it's like, oh, should we go to Austin and see Lou and Laura when we've been saying we're going for 3 years?
Yep.
We have the time. Let's go.
Yeah.
Jimmy the hair guy, my buddy, he's having a bachelor party with a bunch of people I don't know, but some of them like want me to come and he wants me to come. I'm like, I'm not going to say no to that.
Yeah.
We're going to Chicago for Christmas for Natalie's family.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm going to Key West, which is going to be afterwards, but it's still a quite a thing to figure out because it's the most expensive trip I've ever gone on in my life because it's Key West. But like all these things that came up, I'm like, I have to do these things. I'm trying to say no to superfluous things,
Right.
but this stuff that seems important. A good example, recently, so years ago, like probably a year and a half ago or almost, Natalie and I got my mom a Christmas present, which was, you're going to come to New York and we're going to take you out to dinner and we're going to go to a Broadway show.
Okay.
My mom was on dialysis at the time. So it was like, when you're off dialysis, which I also liked because it means you're going to be off dialysis. Yeah. And she did. Obviously, she got a kidney. We all know the story. And so I'm trying to get her to move around because like it's difficult. It's when you're on dialysis for a long time, it makes you weaker. B, recovering from a kidney transplant takes 2 years to recover fully.
Wow.
And she was in the hospital bed for 20 days, I believe.
Yeah.
So she lost a lot of muscle mass.
Yep.
And so she's still like getting up that hill. You know what I mean? And so I was like, well, maybe if she comes to New York, that's kind of like, oh, you're getting out there. We're walking around a little bit. And I thought it might be encouraging for her to be like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. I can visit people. I can travel.
Right.
Because she likes to travel and do stuff. So they came on a train. This is an example of one of the things I felt like I couldn't say no to because she was finally ready to go. Another Christmas had passed. Yeah. So I'm like, we got to get this done. I saw a bunch of plays coming up that seemed fun. Natalie had recently said, like, I really want to go to more Broadway plays. I don't want to miss them. And here's one of the main reasons too. There was a Broadway week at the beginning of January where it's like all tickets are half off.
Oh, okay.
And there's select performances and select shows. But I found a good one. It fit into our schedule. Natalie could have the day off. It was a Thursday and she could take off Thursday and Friday. I'm like, let's just do it. And so we made this plan. And I felt like I had to do it. I felt like it was like everything's lining up. The Broadway week, Natalie having the time off. My mom is finally better. Christmas just passed and I don't want that much time to go by. So we got tickets to Death Becomes Her.
Okay.
And
based on the movie,
which I love the movie.
Turn around, hole through the tummy.
And I love the movie when I was a kid. I'd love to watch it again. Who directed it?
You know, I know this, but I know this because you mentioned it the other day.
It's insane. Robert Zemeckis.
I call him Bob.
Bob Zemeckis.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Back to the Future, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's crazy that he did Death Becomes Her, which is probably one of the reasons I liked it, is because of his type of, style of directing. So anyway, first of all, they got there on the train. They went there on the train. There was a whole mix-up where I'm like, here's what you do. Get off the train here. Go to Port Authority. Take the bus to Newark Airport. I'll pick you up. It's nice and easy. It's like a 4-minute walk. Yeah. It's very close. They got off the train. Someone told them to get back on the train. That next train that they went on didn't stop in Newark. They went all the way to Trenton, New Jersey. I went up to Newark Airport to pick them up. I was probably 35 minutes early, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just wait.
Yep.
They were like, we're running a little late. I'm like, whatever. Now it's 45 minutes early. Then I find out the thing. So I'm waiting there for 45 minutes. Then they're like, we're going to Trenton. Hour to Trenton, hour back. It was insane.
Yeah.
But one of those things that my mom kind of freaks out over stuff. So she was like, we're going to Trenton. We're getting a hotel and we're going home. You don't have to go get us, because she was mad. She didn't want me to have to do it.
Yeah.
And I got there and I go, Mom, I don't give a shit about stuff like this.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. We didn't have any plans tonight. It's just taking an extra 2 hours to do this thing.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. So picked him up, came back to the house. And the reason I'm telling this story is because I said it's like a responsibility. I feel like I couldn't say no to this,
right,
because it's great timing. Again, we had a great time. And my parents had said, don't worry about entertaining us. We just want to hang out with you guys. Yep. We just want to do stuff. So we did. We went to Death Becomes Her. Fucking awesome. Super funny.
That's great.
Great job. They really killed it.
Killed it.
They did. It was really fun, and it kind of made me go like, oh yeah, that was in the movie. Oh yeah, that was in the movie. There's even specific lines that are super funny that were in the play, and the songs were awesome. Super sexual though. Like there was a joke about the girl, like they used the word come to mean like come over.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I love to come, or I love coming, or whatever. And then she took a drink, and then she leaned over and she slowly spit out this stuff into the cup. And I'm like, this is really sexual. Yeah. Like this was a lot. But it was great.
Oh. You get it? You get it? Yeah. Like, cheers.
Yeah. No, it was
get it.
Yeah. No, it was great. It was funny. We had a great time. We went to Joe's Pizza. Which is great. It was freezing in New York City.
It was.
We were freaking out. You know, I got a bear pelt on. I'm trying to be a caveman. I got the teeth over my head. I'm running into like a church, anywhere I can get whenever the wind blows.
That's weird. I feel like most churches just you try to run in and you get stopped.
I'm like Nanook of the North. I have the tennis racket shoes, and I have the walking poles. I'm going over there. But it was a great time. Yep. It was really, really fun. And I got to show them a couple things around New Jersey and New York that I wanted to show them. But it was a lot of chilling out. And that's a fun vacation method.
That's what I wanted to ask you about Jimmy's bachelor party, because Jimmy is a character. Those of you who have seen or heard him on previous episodes of Funbearable know that he's, different than us.
He's a unique fella.
Yeah, he's got a one of a kind soul.
He really does. Yeah, he does have a one of a kind soul.
And,
like Ursula, the sea witch, she was gonna take his soul, and then he did the singing. He was like, but he was like, and she saw his soul come out, and she was like, no, PU, back in the body. I'm just sticking with Ariel.
Yeah.
So
tell me about this bachelor party, because I don't know a lot about it.
So it's funny, like Jimmy wants to have 2 bachelor parties. He wants to have a bachelor party with the Tell 'em Steve Dave guys that we all work with, and he had a party with like some other friends.
Okay.
And I thought it was Juggalo friends, because Jimmy is a Juggalo. Yes. He has a ton of Juggalo friends. A lot of events he has. Like he goes to every ICP, Insane Clown Posse event. I went with him to an ICP concert.
Killed a story on Funbearable.
Yep, we went to a
shoes.
Yep, we went to a big ICP cookout. And I'll say this, by the way, to Jimmy, if he's listening, he listened to me tell the story about the Insane Clown Posse concert on the podcast, which I thought I went like, this is crazy. This is bizarre. I don't know if I could do this again for like 5 years, but it was a bunch of nice people. I had a great time. Like it seemed like an actual family of people that were very caring. And he's like, I didn't know you hated the concert. I didn't know you hated that whole day. I can't believe it. You're a piece of shit.
I think your frustration was more how much time everything took.
Oh, the time was crazy, but I had a great time. I that was a great day and a great memory. So I don't like that Jimmy said that. Jimmy, I'm saying it here and now. Great day, great time. And I appreciate the ask. So I thought this bachelor party was going to be juggalos from wall to wall.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be hanging off the ceiling like the Gremlins. Yeah. You ever see Gremlins where they're in the bar and they're swinging on the fan?
You know what? Every gremlin is a juggalo. But not
every juggalo is a gremlin. And they were like, they were swinging on the chandelier. They were flashing me. There was a girl one that used to be a guy one, which is totally acceptable. They were smoking cigars, drinking beer, shooting each other. One became electricity. One was a gargoyle. He froze on the thing. That's how I think of juggalos.
Yes.
That's what I was expecting for this party.
Everyone thinks of juggalo.
Yes, exactly. Fun guys.
Yep.
You don't feed them after midnight.
Oh, bad idea.
Or else they'll paint your face.
Yep.
So I went there and I'm like looking at everybody. No face paint. No Insane Clown Posse music. I don't even see clothing.
It's just singing Clown Posse.
Yeah, this whole posse, maybe they're clowns, but they're pretty sane.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I have a minuscule group chat with me, Jimmy, and his friend Ram.
Okay.
And this guy Ram, we joke around in the group chat. We talk about different podcasts. We joke around about stuff that's happened on the podcast, different ones. I met this guy in person for the first time. I expected him to be an insane juggalo, and he was going to hold me down and paint my face and say, you know, pass the breakfast cereal, juggalo. I don't know what they say. And this guy, total hippie,
Okay.
big like hair, like pulled back,
Right.
tie-dye shirt, I believe. This guy, I don't know if I've ever met a nicer guy in my entire life. This guy was like, he brought all this meat, right? He brought all this pulled pork, like ribs, all this stuff. And he like, it was like pounds and pounds. And I'm like, where did this come from? And he's like, I made all of it. He's like, I have a smoker. I made all of it.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, so explain this weekend to me. And Ram is like, well, I booked this Airbnb for all of us, which was like tons of rooms.
Yeah.
He goes, I booked it for all of us. I tried to find, you know, a point in between everybody that was pretty central.
Yeah.
And he's like, and so I brought all this meat. I bought all this food that's here. It was all like chips and snacks and candy and all these different things. It's like, I bought all these drinks for everyone. I bought this alcohol. And he didn't want any money. He just set up this whole situation.
Yeah.
The basement was full of arcade games. And there was one of the huge cabinets that's 4-player that just has like every arcade game.
Oh, nice.
And it's a PC.
Yeah.
So it's like perfectly organized. It's like beat 'em ups, this. And I was like, and there was a hot tub outside.
Yeah.
And in terms of, you know, and there was the cold weather.
Right.
So I was like, dude,
Did you skinny dip in that hot tub with Jimmy and Ram?
I chunky dipped,
Yep.
as we've talked about. No, so we did go in the hot tub though. But I was like, how long have you guys known each other? And it was like years and years, like childhood friends.
Yep.
And I'm like, this guy is one of the best friends to anyone that I've ever met in my life. It was shocking how much stuff he put together and how much time, energy, and money he put into this party. It was awesome. His care and his contributions was like, I couldn't even believe it. It blew me away, especially because me and you have dealt with like some not great friends and not great considerate people. So to see someone put in this effort was just, I was like, my jaw was on the floor, and I kept telling him like, you're the best person I ever met in my life.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this. And yeah, it was a fun group. There was a guy I met that was a big Tell 'em Steve Dave fan. There's a guy I saw, and we had met at last year's like Ant gathering. We had a big Tell 'em Steve Dave meetup. And it was mostly people I didn't know. Everyone was cool. I really liked everybody. We had a great time. I thought it might be weird because I'm like, I kind of expected them all to know each other. I don't think that was the case. I think most of them knew each other, and then a couple didn't. Jimmy had a friend, and he's like, yeah, me and this guy met online because I was buying a bunch of stuff on eBay from him, and I didn't know I was buying from the same seller. So he reached out to me and said, you know, you should combine shipping on this. It'll be cheaper for you. And Jimmy became friends with that guy, and that guy flew in for Jimmy's bachelor party.
Wow. Maybe you heard about all this pulled pork.
Yeah, I bet he pulled his pork, just like we've talked about. So, and this guy, like, we started talking, and he's like, he's kind of friends with Steve-O.
Okay.
He's like, Steve-O flew me out to the show. He gave me this thing. Look at this video. Steve-O gave me this custom jersey. And guy was super nice. I was telling him, and I won't get into this on the podcast because it's too nerdy, but recently I've kind of been just like obsessed with organizing every Jackass thing that's ever come out.
Yes.
All the related stuff, everything in chronological order on a hard drive. I don't know why I'm into this. I like to organize sometimes. You know I like to organize. You like to organize. We have a lot of spreadsheets.
We do.
It's crazy. And so anyway, I got into this, and I started telling him about it because of the commonalities in terms of our liking stuff.
Right.
And our proclivities.
Yes.
Our commonalities of our proclivities. That phrase has not been used before,
Nope.
and I sound like a genius.
Yes.
Gifted and talented.
Yes. No man gifted and talented.
That's right. So, you know, I start talking to this guy, but it was this funny cast of characters. It was Jimmy's fiance's brother-in-law. No, her brother, I think. Her brother-in-law. So Jimmy's brother-in-law, is that how it works?
I don't know.
If you're married to someone, does their brother-in-law become yours? Okay, that's what it was. That guy, a bunch of friends from school, from his childhood.
Yeah, Jimmy famously did not go to school.
Yeah, he just basically grew up like a caveman.
Yeah.
That's why he draws with pictures instead of words. But yeah, everyone was great. We had a great time all weekend. We just hung out.
This is the third thing that's happened in the year 2026.
Yes.
That has been the overriding theme has been like, just be.
Yeah.
Just exist.
Yeah, that's your thing too.
At what point is this lesson going to sink in for us?
I think, well, me and you, when I come home to Rhode Island, we have to get a lot done in a small amount of time because we record the podcast here, most of the episodes. But a lot of times at night, we'll do a thing that we call Cool Guy Video Game Night. And what we do is it'll be like...
Pretty self-explanatory what cool guy video game.
It'll be me, Brad, probably our buddy Jordan, who lives in my house, and probably our buddy Craig, who edits the podcast because he lives in the parking lot somehow.
Yes.
Near my house, which is 100% true.
Yes.
I don't know if have we ever told the story about how Craig...
Yes, we did.
Okay, good. So what we'll do is everyone will come over and gather, and we'll play through like a new video game that's like 4 players, or an old video game that's 4 players.
Yes.
Like recently, Marvel Cosmic Invasion came out, which is this. I love beat 'em ups. It's my favorite video game series. I love sitting down with my friends and playing beat 'em ups. They're so mindless. All we do is joke the whole time. And so we played through Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Yes.
We ordered cheese pizzas.
Yep.
And we drank soda.
Yep.
Just like we were 13 years old.
That's what cool guys do.
That's why we call it Cool Guy Video Game Night. And I urge people out there, have your own Cool Guy Video Game Night because it's fun.
Whatever that means to you.
Yeah, you could be a Cool Guy horror movie night.
Yep.
Whatever it is. But that is kind of what we're talking about because we do just chill out and just talk.
Yeah.
It's just that we have a little bit of a thing that we're kind of paying attention to.
Right.
So I think we do have that sink in a little bit, no? And also, we haven't done it recently, but sometimes me and you will hang out and we'll just go on YouTube
And watch.
and we'll just be like, oh, this came out, let's watch this. And we'll watch like wrestling clips and whatever. So I think we have a little bit of that, but we also have so much to do together.
Right.
Like we're always working on the podcast as well as something else usually.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. So I think we do absorb it a little bit,
Right.
But it's a little tough working around the productivity. But yeah, another situation. That's kind of this episode should be called something about just hanging out. Something like that. I'll think about it.
Brains.
Yeah, hanging brains. That's not bad.
Thank you.
Hanging brains. Because that means your testicles are falling out, right?
Correct.
Okay, good. And that's the kind of stuff, that's the highbrow humor that we like to put out, especially in our titles.
Yes.
But yeah, man, that was really fun. And also, because we talked about Death Becomes Her, Natalie and I went to the Stranger Things musical.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you're becoming a Broadway guy.
We also went to Beetlejuice.
Yeah, you're dressing as a cat.
Did I?
Singing cabaret.
Yeah. Did we talk about Beetlejuice yet on the podcast?
I don't think so.
No, because we didn't record from like December or something until whatever. Yeah, first of all, so we went to Stranger Things. We didn't really know what to expect. I knew it was about the big villain and his setup story. So we finished all of the seasons of Stranger Things. Right. Season 5 recently ended. I won't get too into it because not everyone watches it. But great job from everybody. Less of a musical and more of just a story. And that music is an important part of it, but not like they sing. It's part of the time period because it's like in the 50s, I believe, where Stranger Things is so nostalgic for the 80s.
Right.
Same thing. It was great too because they had a bunch of people playing the adults in Stranger Things as they were in high school.
Okay.
So Winona Ryder's character, it was like a 17 or 18-year-old version of her.
Right.
She was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like the cadence, the voice was great. The way she dealt with, like, the way she held her body was like incredible. I thought it was awesome. And the play was super fun. Super fun play. We were like enthralled. A lot of going in the audience stuff, a lot of sitting in the audience. There's like the astronaut looking people that are kind of like the ET doctors at the end, where they're in big white suits and they're looking for stuff.
Terrifying.
Those were all going through the audience and putting their flashlights on people, and that was really cool and scary. I was hoping to see dead ET, and I was going to pray for him and be happy for it.
Wait, we were going to pray for him to like
end up in hell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to pray to Satan and to end up, you know what I mean? Sorry, I should have made that clear.
You could pray to God, but against ET.
For the love of God, yeah. So that was great. And one of the coolest things, and I don't think this is spoiling it because you have to see this, in the show, there's this thing called the Mind Flayer.
Yes.
And it's probably 300 feet tall. And it looks like almost like a spider with a xenomorph head from Alien, from the movie Alien. That thing came out over the theater.
Ugh.
And it was like inflatable.
Yeah.
It was awesome to see. I was like shocked to see this thing that big. I've never seen anything on in a play on Broadway or any other play that was that gigantic. So that was great. But yeah, we also went to see Beetlejuice, and it's so funny because I'm like, is everything excellent on Broadway?
I think a lot of things are excellent on Broadway.
That's what I was like. I was like, am I an idiot for liking all this? Like, I'm like, Back to the Future, amazing.
I think
Stranger Things, amazing.
The stuff that isn't excellent doesn't last long enough.
Oh, to get a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Death Becomes Her won Tonys.
Yeah, there have definitely been plays that a lot of money went into that made it, 6 weeks in performance.
I see.
Or less.
I see.
And it's weird because I don't know any of them off the top of my head, but I'll read an article in an Uncle John's Bachelor Reader of like 5 famous Broadway flops.
Oh, yeah.
This was based on that, and they thought this, but they changed that, and it's a roller skating musical. And
yeah.
Why would anyone think this would work?
Yeah. I will say, I went to go see the Spider-Man musical.
Yes.
And I think it was before they changed it.
That's correct.
Because they changed it later. I could tell that it was a kooky musical.
Yes.
Like when all the villains came out at the end and it's like Carnage with it was bizarre.
Yeah.
Let's just say it was absolutely bizarre. Although the Spider-Man and Green Goblin flights high in the air was like spectacular.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Right. Or, you know what? Pun intended. Yeah. It was a marvel. God damn it. Pun intended.
It was amazing. Oh.
Yeah. Shit. I was green with envy. Yeah. I was a green. So anyway.
Look, there were 6 people.
Yeah, there were 6. Yes. God damn it. So anyway.
All right. It was a marvel. It was amazing. It was
spectacular. Just them above. It was a really cool feat for a play to achieve. Yeah. But the story and what it was a little kooky. I think it actually revolved around Madam Web.
Yes, it did.
But like the traditional comic, super old version of her, not the Dakota Johnson version of her, which is also fun in its own way. But I didn't think that was excellent as a play, even though I saw some stuff that was really impressive. And I went to go see Aladdin,
right,
which has a lot of magic in it. And I thought Aladdin was like a B.
Okay.
Where Back to the Future to me was like an A+.
Right.
So I guess I do have varying thoughts.
What was Beetlejuice then?
Beetlejuice was like an A. I thought it was excellent. They changed the story a little bit. And the guy who played Beetlejuice was not doing Michael Keaton.
Good.
He was doing his own version of Beetlejuice, and he was amazing. Like you're it feels like you're going to see this guy be the lead in comedies in a couple years.
Okay.
That's how good he was.
Yeah.
And of course they did all the music stuff that you hope that they do, and it was just great. It was awesome. It was fun to go see Beetlejuice, then Stranger Things, then Death Becomes Her.
Right.
All 3 in a row. Super, super fun. I want to see the Harry Potter musical. And one more thing about Death Becomes Her. There's a part in the movie where Meryl Streep.
Never seen it.
You would like it.
I'm sure.
It's very clever. And you know that Bruce Willis plays like the nerd of the movie?
Yes.
So cool. He's excellent. So Meryl Streep in the movie gets pushed down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened in this was I was like, how are they going to do this part? And she's supposed to die at the end because she hits her head and whatever. The main actress who played Meryl Streep and the other one that was Goldie Hawn, they were kind of fighting at the top of the stairs,
Right.
and Goldie Hawn spins her around and she's fighting her, and it goes off stage a little bit so you can't see it. Then she comes back in and they're still fighting, and they're wearing wigs, and then she pushes her down the stairs, and it must have been like they switched her out with a contortionist.
Yeah.
And she hits all the stairs and hits the banister, and it's in slow motion, but her body is like doing this, and her arms are going up and her legs going up, and you hear the cracks and all this stuff. And then she lands on her head at the bottom of the stairs. And then she crawls with her head all to the side behind a couch, and then the actual actress stands up.
Got it.
And I was like, because it's like a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they would do this. And I was like, what a brilliant way to do this part. You know what I mean? It was awesome. They did the hole in the stomach really well too, where they would like stab her, and you know, it was really good. But yeah, man, they did that really well. And yeah, so it's funny. I think before recent years, I didn't realize that on Broadway they really try to figure out, like, I shouldn't say technological. Some of it is like the Back to the Future thing is technological, but just different ideas that will kind of surprise you in the show that you have not seen before.
Right.
Which is not something I really thought was part of Broadway. Did you have that?
I think so. I think for me though, it was Spider-Man. When you talk about all the ways they did that.
Yeah.
You know, just articles or videos I've seen about the technical aspects of putting on these shows, because really, as far as Broadway goes, I've only seen, I think, American Idiot, which was not
super technological.
No, it was, you know, you put that on in a high school theater.
Yeah. They had
I don't say that because I dislike it, but in terms of the technical challenges faced, not as many.
No, and it, you know, I'd say like it is kind of punk rock in terms of the way they did it, because they had that in American Idiot. They have this huge structure that kind of represents a building.
Yep.
And then sometimes they take it over and it represents a tour bus, and the way they do it is really, really convincing. I love American Idiot too, but yeah, not the same type of thing. But yeah, man, it was really fun, and I'm a total Broadway nerd. I'd love to see everything, like even stuff that I don't know anything about. Oh, I went to Book of Mormon.
Yes.
You know, in the past, I'd say year. And of course, Book of Mormon
Very fun.
rocks.
Yeah.
Rocks. Soundtrack rocks. It's just hilarious.
The play, Book of Mormon, rocks.
The play.
The actual book, Book of Mormon, as I had mentioned on a previous episode, grind.
Yeah, the songs are good.
Again, they're written out.
Yeah, yeah. But the dance moves are also written out,
yes.
you know? But yeah, no, so that was really fun. And yeah, I just was thinking about the fact that I'm really enjoying the Broadway stuff and really enjoying the plays.
It's good because you think about people who move to a place and then don't take advantage of that place.
That's part of it too.
And so the idea of like, real New Yorkers don't do this.
Yeah.
I don't know why they sound like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, Broadway isn't just for tourists.
Yeah, exactly.
It's for everyone.
No, I know. And so, you know, we've gone to, it was cool. Natalie has kind of pushed me into doing some of the stuff that I wouldn't have done before.
Right.
I would go to Broadway, just not as often. And, you know, when she first came to New York, when we were dating long distance and she was in Colorado, she was like, hey, this, you know, we met on a cruise in January.
Yep.
And we started dating, and I'm like, let's be exclusive. I asked her to be my girlfriend. We became very serious right away, or after like 2 months. And she's like, I want you to know, I've never been to the East Coast in any way.
Yeah.
And I already had a plan to take 5 days off work plus the 2 weekends, meaning 9 days,
Right.
and go to New York and experience everything. She already had that plan before we met. And it was super cute because one time I stayed at her house and she had gone to work, and I went in her room to take a phone call about a job in her office, and she had a pad with everything she wanted to do in New York that she had written out. It was super cute.
Keats.
Yeah, that's your list. Tasty. In parentheses, tasty. And we did everything. We did Empire State Building. We did MoMA. We did a bunch of stuff in Central Park. We did the Statue of Liberty. Like, we did all the stuff that I think if you live in New York, you're like, that's for tourists.
Right.
But everyone should do it at least once. You should do all that stuff. Like, we rode bikes through Central Park. It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've just been thinking about that. And you're right. A lot of people especially moving to places, don't take advantage of it. Natalie is really great at doing that, especially because she loves to hike. So she moved to Colorado and she hiked, and then she moved here and she found a bunch of places here, being New York and New Jersey. She found a ton of places to hike too. So she's really good at that.
Yeah.
The hiking she can have fun with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
be asleep.
do cool guy video game night instead. You know what I mean?
You ever do cool nat?
Yeah. Cool. Yes, cool nat hiking day. Yeah, that's not as catchy.
Yes.
See, we should do our thing.
And well, what if she has cheese pizza with her?
Yeah, oh, man.
I'm in.
The smell is doing it, and I'm floating over there. But yeah, I just was thinking about that.
This terrain is so rough. You're like, I didn't notice. This your floating.
Yeah. And it's doing the thing, like they come hither. But yeah, and so I thought that'd be interesting to bring up on the podcast.
I think the only play I've gone to is American Idiot. I like on Broadway, and then we saw it in Worcester or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or on tour.
Yeah.
And then we saw Book of Mormon at the Providence Performing Arts Center
With my grandparents, which is
huge group of people.
lots of offensive stuff.
Yeah,
Which is great.
yeah. Your grandparents were shouting approval for it.
Yeah.
I'd love to get into it more. I watched, I want to say, Chicago, but like a woman I dated had been in a production of Chicago.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we watched the tape of her in it, and so I got to make snide remarks. By the way, in a previous episode, we talked about like it's like talk to a pretty girl and how it's difficult, emotional fear factor. I'm bad at the flirt to roast ratio.
Flirt to roast
Is a term I heard on social media. The idea, if you're interested in someone, I'm 100%. I'm gonna compliment you. I'm gonna build you up, and I'm never like making these funny jokes. I need to change it. I need to alter my flirt to roast ratio because right now I'm dividing by 0. It doesn't work.
We just talked about me and you and me being a wingman to you.
Yep.
I think maybe you're flirt and I'm roast. Flirt and roast in the morning.
That's the shit. I was going to say we're police officers. It's a buddy cop.
Flirt and roast.
Yeah. It's and it's little things where like, you do Natalie's voice.
Yeah.
And she didn't love it.
No.
Like that's a roast. And I wouldn't do it.
Yes.
Because I'm like, no, I have to build up this potential partner, and they get so bored with my nonsense. It's
jokery.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Jokery.
It doesn't work.
But it does.
Well, not for me. It doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think you've done it.
Well, yeah, because I haven't roasted. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Your jokery would work. Yeah, your jokery would work.
My flirt to roast ratio needs to change. I'm aware of this.
I will say you're a good person to add the roasting in.
Yeah.
Because your jokes are not obscene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your jokes are a little bit more.
Then I'm like, all right, I'm Chuck, I'm going to do a joke. And I'm like, yo mama is so fat.
I would love. She's like, do you know my mama? No, I think you're right. That's kind of my method in terms of when I was dating. It's like right away I come in with a little bit of like, I don't know. It's weird. It's not. Just to be clear to the audience, I understand why you use the word roast.
Yeah.
It's not so much roast as it is like poke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a little joking poke. And I think what that does though is make you seem like a regular person.
Right.
And you're not putting anyone on a pedestal, which I think makes people uncomfortable.
So let a hypothetical.
Yeah.
She and I go out and she mispronounces something on the menu.
Yeah.
Whatever you
Chicken polo.
Sure. Chuck seizes on that.
Yeah.
And he jokes about it, but in a way that he's like, hey, I say things wrong too.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, am like, hey, everybody mispronounces things. Everybody makes mistakes. It's perfectly normal. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
And I don't roast or poke.
Yeah.
I don't do any of it.
You should.
I'm aware of this.
And you're a smart, clever guy.
Yeah, I'm Snowman Brainiac. I have business cards.
But there are guys out there who aren't funny.
Yeah.
And so that's a tough roast.
Yeah.
For me, chicken polo, I would be like, yeah, chicken. Well, it wouldn't be chicken polo. It would be like, because it's pollo, which means chicken. What would be a good dish? Pollo.
I was trying to think of like an enchilada mispronounced. Or
Let's say pollo enchilada.
yeah, sure.
And so let's say the lady
enchilada.
Yeah, the lady on the date says polo. I would say like, it's okay. I like polo too. It's a lot of fun. Not only do I like polo, I like Marco Polo. There's a lot of good polos. So you shouldn't feel too bad about this polo thing. And then I would get mine, and I would also have chicken. And I'd be like, man, our polos match. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, I know I'm wearing a full button down. I actually had a different idea for a shirt. Maybe that button's like down to here. I don't know. It's not really a full button. What is it called? Stuff like that. I think that's so innocent.
Yes.
And it makes you silly, and it makes you kind of a person. But you're so good at that stuff.
I get so nervous about the idea of being perceived as a bad guy.
And polo thing.
I'm aware. I'm aware it's a thing that needs to change. Until I heard the term, and I was like, oh, that is not something I do well.
Yeah. Well, you do well with other people. Yeah, I know what you mean.
In a romantic situation, I'm so worried about building it up and making it a real phase, but I turn my back on who I am and who I could be.
And who you are, I think, as well, because everyone loves the real Brad. Oh yeah. I went today to meet up with somebody.
You know who does it? The real Brad.
I'm the real Brad. No. So I actually went to meet up with someone today that I'm trying to get to help us with the film project by letting us use his restaurant.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, he hasn't seen you since the interview we did with him, which
he has.
Oh, I mean,
he on my birthday in 2020.
He didn't say that, by the way. I'm just assuming that. 2020. So is that the last time you saw him?
Maybe once. You know what? I've been in the restaurant several times since then. I don't know
if you've seen him.
It's certainly not an extended conversation since then.
This guy hasn't talked to Brad in a long time. We probably talked about Brad half the time I was there.
Poor guy.
Because he's just like, how's Brad doing? What's going on with Brad? And I'm filling him up. And he's like, man, you guys are brilliant with the stuff you've come up with. And he said, and Brad is so good. It's so great that he's so good at being a straight man. And I was like, oh, when Brad is bitchy, there's nothing better. And he's like, that is 100% true. So, that's how other people feel. Even people that don't know you that well, you're just going to get real Brad in the dating scene.
I used to work on a lot of stuff. Flirt to roast ratio.
Flirt to roast.
And everything else.
F to R.
Yeah.
You could say that even. And no one will know what you're talking about.
Well, nobody knows. But I say flirt to roast.
Yeah, that's probably true too.
When you throw it in Excel and see what I can do.
Yeah. Right. You make a spreadsheet. No. Here are my flirts. Here are my roasts. 8 flirts to 1 roast.
She goes to the restroom. She comes back. I'm on my phone. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, the whole spreadsheet.
Yeah. And you know what? You kind of forget. And you're like, my flirt to roast spreadsheet about this date.
Yep.
And then you have to explain it. But yeah, that's really funny. I never heard flirt to roast before, and I like it. And I feel like that's something I probably focused on in a way that I didn't realize.
Yeah.
And I can go overboard with the roast.
Yeah. I've known you.
Well, so one time I was trying to see this girl, this woman, and we had matched on a dating site, and she was older, and she was in Newport and I was in Providence, and we were talking for the first time, and I think I did 6,000% roast, and this is in text too, so you kind of lose a little bit of context and a little bit of speech,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And
a little bit of tone, yeah.
Tone. By the end of the conversation, she was basically like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And she completely was like, no thanks. And so my flirt to roast ratio then,
Too hot. Too many roasts.
well, it's too high of roasts.
Yeah.
It depends. But yeah, it was bad news.
How do you even think about in my first ever speed dating experience, which we talked about on an old episode of the Chopped and Brad podcast?
We were the girl gave us both too many high fives.
This is my first speed dating experience, not the one that we went on together.
Oh, okay. That was second.
There was the woman, was wearing like cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Knee-high cowboy boots.
Yeah.
And very cute.
Yeah.
She's a runner, whatever.
Yeah.
And I made a comment when I sat down. I'm like, oh, I noticed your boots from across the road. Really,
And she's a runner with the boots.
spurs on.
Yeah.
And I think I made maybe a comment or maybe two,
Yeah.
like kind of as a way to open the conversation.
For sure.
And then as I was getting ready to leave, because the bell had rung and I was moving on to my next person, I made another comment. She's like, would you stop with the boots? And I'm like, this girl, like, I barely made any comments about the boots.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think she was being flirty with you?
She checked that she wanted to meet me, and I was like, she doesn't like my jokes. I didn't check that I wanted to meet her.
Oh,
Because
no.
I just misread the situation.
Oh, yeah. You don't know if she's flirting back or if she's roasting back.
Yep.
It could be a dual roast.
She was-
roast for roast battle.
She was in, and I just didn't realize it.
Ah, was she cute?
She was.
Ah,
Yeah.
the boots.
Yep. The boots and then I'm like, oh, it feels too weird for me because they're like, hey, here's her email address. If you want to reach out, you can. It felt too weird for me to reach out and say, hey, like the reason I didn't check yes on you was because I thought
Oh, did she know you didn't check yes?
because she wouldn't have gotten the thing. So
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Yep. Lesson learned.
Yeah, there was another. We went on a speeding date thing again.
Yep.
Together, and there was a girl who constantly high-fived.
Yeah.
Like, help me explain this.
It would be, like you would sit down and you're like, oh, hey, my name's Chuck. I do a podcast. She's like, all right, podcast, high five. And she felt like she wasn't.
You're like, how do you feel about enchiladas? She's like, enchiladas, high five.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me some polo on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she was like weird. And maybe this is just the theater of my mind where she didn't move right.
Yeah.
She was a little too moody. And like, honestly, she seemed like she was on something.
Just the idea of you checking her off and it's like comments and it's like, she just didn't ... move ... right. Yeah.
I mean, that's the one on the recap because we told our friends Lou and Laura about
Yeah.
that speed dating night. I think one of us wrote lunatic and one of us wrote maniac. And, months, if not years later, we saw her at like a karaoke night at the Boombox or a karaoke night at what's the little venue where we saw the open mic night. It doesn't matter.
Is Fat Squirrel?
No, it's on the corner. It's near Kisnet. There's a Walgreens across the street.
I'll think on
Parlor.
it. The parlor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Karaoke night at another venue, and I'm like, why does that girl look so familiar? And then I'm talking to her, and she gave him a high five.
No.
I think I texted you, high five girl from Speed Date to see her, like this whole thing.
That's a sitcom moment. The idea of like, well, here's what it would be. She likes you a lot. She gives you all these high fives. You're like, I can't take the high fives.
She was giving high fives to everyone.
She was the town bicycle of high fives. And you see her out and you're trying to avoid her and you're like, is that her? Is that her? High five. And you're like, I gotta get out of here.
She just didn't move. Right.
He's walking over.
Like all of her joints were like worn out rubber bands.
She was the contortionist from Death Becomes Her. Yes. It's funny. So we have a listener named Tony. He's a great guy. The reason I know him is because we've talked personally. He writes into the podcast. He's on the Facebook group. He's on the Patreon. Great dude. And recently we actually posted the high five episode on our Patreon.
Yep.
There's 400 episodes there of a back catalog that is exclusive to the Patreon. $2.50 a month. If you want to sign up, funbearablepod.com. Anyway, we recently actually posted that old episode of the speed dating thing. And he wrote a little comment, I don't know exactly, about this being a situation on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And George being like, she's high-fiving again. I'm done with the fives. And Jerry being like, more fives? He's like, more fives. He goes,
That's how it felt.
can you switch it to a low five? Can you wean it off? But yeah.
Off-putting.
Yeah, it was very off-putting.
It happens.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time.
It was a good time. But yeah, well, folks, thank you so much for sticking around with us to this episode. If you have thoughts on Broadway plays, if you have thoughts on vacations, if you have times that you went away and got to just kind of exist, let us know. Send us an email, funbearablepod@gmail.com. Find us on socials @funbearablepod. We're always happy to hear from all y'all. For Chuck Staten, I'm Brad Rohr saying thank you so much, and we're sorry for being funbearable.
it would be so funny
Okay.
if you got a text from someone and they were like, hey, we met a while ago. I just thought you were a good guy. I was thinking maybe we should go out to dinner.
Okay.
And you're like, wow, like this is great.
Yep.
Like, who is this? And it was just an emoji of an arrow up and one hand.
In a world where there ain't nothing to laugh about, they're two special idiots now. Hear me out. Chuck's laugh is frightening.